Hey guys, okay, well tonight we're going to be on page 14 in our packet. Our lesson is 3b.2. We're going to be looking at determining slope. You might also hear that slope is called rate of change. Remember, slope is a constant rate. It is linear. So when something is linear, that means it's a straight line, and that means it is a constant rate of change. Okay? So we're also going to be looking at that y-intercept. So let's go over the standard form of slope. So that's y equals, it's that slope formula. Y equals what? mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. So right now I want you to tell me out loud which part of this formula is the slope? That's your m. Okay? And then which part of this formula is your y-intercept? Hopefully you said the b. You're correct. So whatever this number is in your formula, the b, is where it crosses the y-intercept on a graph. Let's look at if it's given to you in a table. To do this, we're going to go to question number 4. If you have this table, and if I gave you the plots in a table like this, you could be able to determine the slope, and you could be able to determine what the y-intercept is. So the first thing you could do is you could just get a piece of graph paper and you could plot all these dots. So where x is -3 and y is -8, you'd put a dot, and then you'd plot the rest of these other 3 points, and then you would connect them and with a ruler or something straight, and you could see what the slope is there. But there's a way you also could use it using what we call the slope, the slope form. Okay, so the slope formula is you take your second y point and your first y point and subtract them, and your second x point and your first x point and subtract them. So let's do that right quick. All right. So we're just going to take any 2 points here. So let's just say these two, just because those are the first two. So this would be my x1, and this would be my x2. Those are both x points. That would be my y1, and this would be my y2. I want you to label those. And we're going to use this formula right here and plug those in. So m equals y2, which is -1, minus y1. y1 is -8. So put it exactly like it says, all right, when you first just write it. So now when you go look at it, though, it's going to be a negative minus another negative. So we know with subtraction rules, remember with subtraction we keep, we flip, and then we change. So we're going to change that. We're going to flip that to a plus, change that to a plus. So now we have a -1 and a +8, and that's going to give us a 7, +7. Okay, so let's look at our x values. x2, 0. Minus x1, -3. So remember, keep, flip, change. So we have a 0 plus a +3. That's just going to give us a 3. So that means that our slope is a 7/3. Okay? So how do we find our y-intercept? Well, tomorrow in class I'm going to be teaching you how to put this in your calculator. You can import things into a table and then graph the line, and you can see where the line crosses the y-axis. So if this is my y-axis, you could see where the line crosses the y-axis, and this would be your y-intercept right here. But on a table, anytime you have an x which equals 0, that means it's on the y-axis, so that's going to be your b. If you have an x equals 0, then your y is going to be your b, -1. All right, so tomorrow when we come in for class, this is a really short video because tomorrow when we come in for class, we're going to do some more work with the table, and then I'm gonna teach you how to use your calculator to put this into your calculator to make your table, and we'll be able to do that in the calculator. Have a good night.